Good afternoon. This is Rich Nass, Executive Vice President with Open Systems Media, and I'm here for this week's interview podcast with Ray Zinn. Good afternoon, Ray. How are you today?
We're doing just wonderful.
Good.
After the 4th of July, it's a good day.
Absolutely. And as you know, Ray is the former CEO of Micrel. He's an author. He's a podcaster. He's also, I just found out, at the Census Expo a few weeks ago, he was the keynote speaker. So he is a regular celebrity, and we're very happy to have him. This week, what's in the news is the issue of England and the UK leaving the EU. And I want to ask Ray if in his opinion, is that something that we should be concerned about? And we'll stick to the technology space. Should people who are buyers, sellers, technologists, programmers, whatever they are, should we be concerned about this whole Brexit thing?
I don't think so. And if you're an Englishman or if you're a Brit, I would say that you probably are a little more worried than the rest of the world. But I don't think anything's going to cause much of a roar in the technology space. England doesn't buy all that much technology as far as semiconductor anyway, and they're relatively small relative to the rest of the world. So that the effects of that, I think, will be minimal in my view.
But is it possible that could have a domino effect where somebody like Germany might say, well, hold on, I don't want to be holding the bag here for some of these countries like Italy and Greece and whoever else, will be looking at another bailout. Might this just be the beginning of a lot of other stuff happening?
That's true. That could very well take place where the EU could come apart. And that would have a different impact, of course. The currency is going to be the main issue. How we control the currency of these different countries. But, Germany, I think, it is a major consumer of electronics. It's probably the biggest in Europe. But I don't think that Germany will pull out, at least in the near term. I'm more concerned about France and Spain. But there again, France is a reasonable consumer of electronics, but they're even smaller than England.
Okay. Well, what about the fact that our stock market dipped so much? I mean, is that just a reason to make it dip, or is there a legitimate fear there on Wall Street?
Wall Street always is fearful of anything. So anytime there's an unknown, Wall Street reacts and overreacts. It has come back some. It's come back about halfway from where it went down. But certainly anything that's an unknown, Wall Street is going to overreact. The fact that it's only come back halfway, in fact, the market's down quite a bit today even, it does say that there's still a lot of skepticism, a lot of concern, not just with the Britain pulling out of the EU, but also about the presidential election that we have coming up. There's just a lot of uncertainty that is causing some turmoil in the market at the present. It'll all settle out, but currently there's just a lot of hand-wringing going on. Okay.
Well, you heard it from a pretty reliable source then, that we should not be concerned about Brexit. That's good. So we will leave it at that for this week's call. That was Ray Zinn. He is the former CEO, very long time CEO of Micrel. He's an author of a book called Tough Things First, podcast by that same name, and we're lucky to have him every week. Thanks, Ray.
You're welcome. Thank you for inviting me, Rich.